Are cortisol spikes harming your baby's brain and impacting their development? No, they are most likely not. Despite what you may have heard online, stress hormones like cortisol released when your baby cries aren't harmful in the vast majority of situations. Crying is very normal behavior for a baby, and any subsequent release of hormones as a result is also normal. We've even studied the crying patterns of babies with some really interesting findings. Dr. Ronald Barr found that babies all around the world actually follow a similar crying pattern. He called it the infant crying curve, and here's how it looks. As newborns, babies generally cry for about 1 to 2 hours per day. Then, when they're around 2 to 3 weeks old, that crying starts to increase, reaching its peak when they're around 6 to 8 weeks old. And during this time, some babies may cry for 2 to 3 hours per day, and others up to 5 hours per day. After that peak, the crying gradually decreases, usually settling down by 3 to 4 months. As you can see, that's a lot of crying. Billions of babies have gone through these intense crying periods, and they don't suffer cortisol-related developmental delays or brain damage. This is because there is a huge difference between normal crying and harmful stress that comes from neglect. Brief periods of crying won't harm your baby's brain or erase all that loving care that you're providing the rest of the time. What's actually harmful for babies isn't these brief moments of crying, it's ongoing neglect. For example, if you ignored your baby all day, only attending to basic needs like feeding and changing their diaper on a strict schedule, which was what was happening in a Romanian orphanage used in a study that's often cited online, this would be neglect, and it would cause your baby to experience continuous stress, and this constant stress would keep their stress hormones like cortisol high, which could affect their development. But this is extreme, and I'm willing to bet that that's not what you're doing. If you're doing your best to respond to your baby's needs and helping them calm down when they need it, crying isn't going to lead to harmful cortisol levels or impact their development. Now, this is just one common cause of unnecessary stress for new parents. Watch the full YouTube video by clicking the link below to learn 3 more common causes of stress for new parents and the truth behind them.